Let's talk about finance. We're going to switch it a little bit to finance. Currently, the market's dog shit. Good for me, bad for a lot of other people. I like the market the way it is. Bear market, bull market, pigs get slaughtered. Um, Inflation. It was nice when we had when a lot. I was probably the only person on Earth that was saying stimulus are bad. I'm 100% against any bailout, any government handout, stimmies, corporate bailouts, blue state bailouts. Not for it because it causes inflation. Now we're dealing with inflation. It was nice. It was nice when y'all. I know people say, "Oh, I got a bank account. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck." Now it's like people barely holding, barely floating on above water. Giving more money is not the solution. You give a man a fish, he'll eat for the day. You teach a man to fish, he'll eat forever. Giving you guys that money was not the intelligent thing to do. It was an easy way of Congress, politicians. It was an easy way of getting you off their back and funneling more money to spend. They just gave themselves a 20% raise. Did you get it? Did your employee give you a 20% raise? Today is May 7th. It was last week. They gave themselves a 20% raise. 2-0. What do you get? 3? 2? They can do that. But anyway, that's another topic. Finance. The ABCs. A lot of people will live paycheck to paycheck or worse, which is usually you use money that isn't yours via credit card or loans, and now you're spending more than you take in, right? Because you have used other people's money. And some people will tell you it's a hedge against your money, but that's for the financially advanced. The average person doesn't can't register that. So I'm gonna use some quick steps to navigate through these waters. Stop. If you're not a real investor or a bear investor, if you don't know how to do that, stop investing right now. If you're in debt, stop investing right now. Unless you dollar cost average in the market at an affordable rate. That's a, I'll leave that for the end. The first thing you want to do is to stop digging the hole. Put the shovel down. Same thing with Congress. Congress needs to stop spending, stop printing. You need to put the shovel down. You're digging a hole. You need to put the shovel down. Cut the credit cards, burn them. Trade in the car for something less flashy. Do whatever you have to do. Stop spending money that isn't yours. From there on, you have to assess your situation. What is your burn rate? That's a technical term for the amount of how much money you're spending, right? You have to create a balance sheet. This is what corporations do. Create a balance sheet. You have to give what you have to write what you have. Be honest. You have to be honest with yourself. Evaluate your finances. What do you have? Right? What assets do you have? How much money? If the car you own it, how much? Whatever stuff. How much money you have? How much you owe? What you have left over? Right? Is how much you're spending. From there on, you want to create a budget. A written budget is usually 100 times better than anything. Budget and use cash. I'm piggybacking off the Dave Ramsey method because Dave Ramsey has a solid uh, finance financial plan. You write a written budget. You do it every month. I happen my budgets are in between weekly, yearly, and bi-weekly. Right. So what I do is a little wild, just a little extra. Write yourself a written budget. Set aside an emergency fund. You need money for when something happens. You need to set aside a little $2,000, $3,000 as fast as possible. Pay down your get the emergency fund, write down your budget, get down the emergency fund, then start paying down your debt. When you get the emergency fund, $2,000, $3,000, all right, stop what you're doing and leave it there in the bank. Yes, inflation is gonna eat on it, absolutely, but you need that cash liquid available, liquid. From there on, you got to start paying down your debt. There are several methods of doing this. Three major ways. Two, really. The third one is questionable. The two ways of paying down your debt is the Dave Ramsey Snowball method, which is basically you pay the smallest debt and keep moving up the chain, and it builds a psychological. It's like a winning attitude. It's like, oh, I keep knocking these down. So you keep going after the bigger after you go from smallest to biggest. Not the little $50 down, $75 high, $100, 300. Now you start going for the big dose of 2000s, 3000s. So you know, you get your car loan $17,000. You start paying that down heavy. Get rid of that. Then you have the debt avalanche. Basically, you align your debts. The ones with the highest interest rate you pay. Those are two proven methods. They both work. Whatever works for you is what you want to do. The third one, the more controversial, but it's not horrible at all, is a debt consolidation loan. The problem with a debt consolidation loan is that you put everything in a loan, pay a smaller interest rate, but then you still have your credit cards and you do it all over again. That's why it's not really recommended. I don't recommend it. When you're done paying off your debt, you save more. You build on that emergency fund and make it a bigger emergency fund. And after say about $7,000, $8,000, maybe $9,000, you start investing heavy. I would say put it in an IRA to avoid taxes. Roth IRA specifically. But there's many ways to invest. Dollar cost. I always recommend dollar cost averaging, which is basically taking a affordable amount of money that you can afford to lose. You understand? Not any amount, a set amount. Every paycheck, win, win or lose, rain, snowfall, whatever. That's the amount you're setting aside to invest. 10% of your income, 20% of your income, 5% of your income, whatever. You take that and you dollar cost average into investments. That's basically what dollar cost average. You take that set amount, you know, no bigger, no lower, and you dedicate that to investing. You can afford to lose that because in investing, it is a gamble. It's about risk tolerance. You ask me, oh, how do I start investing? There's no number. It's about your risk tolerance. What can you afford to lose? I say go low if your risk tolerance is high, because the market, right, especially right now, people are losing because they don't understand the market. The market that is uncontrollable. It's not happy with the current administration. It's not happy with the economy. A lot of companies were overvalued. The market was pumped up by the Fed. There's a lot of factors in this, but that's further down the line. Do that, things will start getting better.